Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You, back at Mom's. So, today's topic is going to be stop looking for the one trauma or emotion. So, we'll get to that in a minute. Been a long day, coaching this morning, visiting Mom this afternoon and early evening, grab some dinner. Time for a video. So, breathe in the peace, exhale the chaos, breathe in the clarity, and exhale the doubt, right? So, I'm going to encourage you to stop looking for the one trauma. So if we go back to Sarno, TMS 101, his theories in his books were TMS is the brain distracting us from repressed emotions, primarily anger and rage. And, he's brilliant. I would not be doing what I'm doing if it were not for Dr. Sarno. So I give him all the credit. But what I've learned is that essentially what he described is that the brain perceives emotions. In his case, he thought primarily repressed emotions. He believed that these repressed emotions were dangerous, and as they got close to bursting into consciousness, the subconscious brain made a decision all on its own to say, those emotions are not cool. They're not safe. They're dangerous. And the brain decided to distract us, and I like the word protect better. So the brain tried to distract or protect us from those emotions with something physical like pain or other symptoms. So Sarno was right on the money, but what he essentially described is that the perceived danger of the emotions caused symptoms, sensations, or pain. So all I'm doing is expanding on that concept that any type of perceived danger can cause your brain to turn on new symptoms, to turn on old symptoms that have abated for a while, or increase existing symptoms, or create new symptoms. If the brain perceives danger, then it's very possibly going to turn on symptoms. New, old, spiking current symptoms, whatever it may be. So, one of the misconceptions that I believe, and I know there's plenty of people that are going to disagree with me, the misperception that I think is going on in the TMS community is that if this is all about the repressed emotions, then I got to go find them. I've got to uncover them, unearth them, dig them up out of the ground, dig them up through journaling, therapy, trauma work. But what if you found these offending emotions? It may have been what was going on at the time that the pain started. You still don't get better. That's what happened with me. I journaled myself into a depression over and over and over, writing about all the stuff that was bad in my life in the past, in the present, about my personality, everything I didn't like. I literally wrote myself into a depression, and yet my brain didn't turn off the pain. So I'm going to encourage you to ask yourself this question. What about finding some long-lost repressed emotion from third grade, from when I was 30, from my divorce, from this fight with my sister-in-law, from my parents who might be less than ideal? What about finding those emotions and re-experiencing them is going to teach your brain right now that you're safe and that those emotions are safe? Maybe it'll happen, but I know lots of people have done lots and lots of emotional discovery work, still have pain. Why? Because the brain is still perceiving either the emotions as dangerous, or in many cases, what started the pain months, years ago, has nothing to do with why we're still in pain. The fact that many of us are still in pain weeks, months, years, or decades later is because we have become afraid of the pain. We've become afraid of movement. We've become afraid of social engagements. We've been afraid of chairs at restaurants. We've been afraid of lying in a certain position. And that perceived danger that these various things, any number of potential things, are dangerous is exactly why our brain keeps the pain turned on. So I'm going to encourage you not to think that you've got to find some long-lost repressed emotion from when you were 6 or when you were in 3rd grade, when you were 8 or 9, whatever age that is. Because I'm not sure finding some repressed emotion is curative. Now, again, I know there will be some TMS professionals, mind-body professionals, and even some people in the marketplace, people who are watching my videos who have done other things. They'll say, yeah, but Dan, journaling helped me. Wonderful. But it also has not helped many people. And I'm not convinced finding an old trauma is the answer. Nor do I feel that excavating, evaluating, revisiting, and reframing and somehow releasing our traumas from the past, I don't know that that is required to get better, because at the highest level, I believe that perceived danger right now is what is causing symptoms to start or stay or flare or move or whatever. So if perceived danger is the high level overarching what's going on, wouldn't the best and quickest solution, the fastest path to get there, wouldn't that include teaching the brain that I'm actually safe right now? How does going back and reliving a 6th grade or 30-year-old experience teach your right now brain that you're safe? Emotionally, physically, mentally. I'm not sure it does. That's why in my process I don't tell people, go digging up the old stuff. And to anybody who does that in their TMS practice, wonderful. If people are getting benefit from it, wonderful. I just see things a little bit differently. So I love you and respect you all. If you think that digging up your past traumas is the solution, then wonderful. I hope that works for you. I truly do. If it doesn't, maybe you want to start shifting attention towards how can I teach this scared, misinformed brain that's operating on bad data and fear, how can I teach this brain now that I'm okay, emotionally, physically, and mentally, which are the 3 main ways that we experience life. So, I'm not convinced we need to go dig up the past. I don't know that your solution lies in the rearview mirror, because we can't change the past. And yeah, we can experience those emotions again if we dredge up the memories of our past and some of the bad stuff that's happened. But I haven't yet been convinced that that is the cure. So I'm going to encourage you, maybe don't spend all your time looking in the rearview mirror and trying to dig up these traumas, because in some cases, if your brain is still perceiving these emotions as dangerous, sometimes digging up the old stuff can cause the brain to overreact to those emotions again and go, oh my goodness, what are you doing digging that up? Here's some more pain. And if you're the type who's done the emotional work and you got worse physically as a result of TMS and your brain kind of freaking out that you're revisiting the traumas, comment below. I want people to see that that's very common. And if digging up the old traumas causes your symptoms to get worse, then how is that the solution? I don't know. I'm viewing it from a different angle than many of the TMS professionals out there. And I love and respect all of them. I think we're all doing what we can to spread the word and help as many people as possible. And look, I will acknowledge, first and foremost, my way isn't the only way. There's lots of TMS coaches that are getting great results and having lots of successes, and people are getting better. So pick somebody whose work resonates with you and stick with it. But if you would, don't try a little taste of mine, a little taste of somebody else, a little taste of somebody else. I'm going to work with this therapist, that coach, this program, this video course, and mix it all together into one big bowl, and then hope it works. Figure out whose message resonates with you and stick with that. And by doing that, you'll simplify the process for yourself. It will take away some of the confusion. And then you'll likely get better faster, because confusion just causes doubt, and doubt delays recovery, and you know how that works. So, don't look for that one long-lost trauma that you think is the magic key to open up this lock that says, if I find this one long-lost repressed emotion, primarily something angry or rageful, click, everything's going to turn off. I almost never see that. And so, focus on safety in the now, emotionally, physically, mentally. And I think what you'll find is that when you do that consistently, things settle down, life gets easier, we can find more joy and engagement in life. So that's my take on it. Anyway, love you guys and gals. You're awesome. I appreciate you. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.